la rameuse d'Andai et sur la rameuse italienne pour voir comment réagissaient ses concurrents directs. Aucune réaction de la part du bateau numéro 2 français parce qu'on joue simplement les 10 premières places. Elle sait que ce n'est pas aujourd'hui que les choses vont se jouer. Et donc on a laissé passer l'Irlandaise qui maintenant navigue avec 2 longueurs d'avance sur le duo en poursuite. Et ensuite un resserrement du peloton sur la rameuse d'Évian qui voit revenir entre autres un bateau italien et la rameuse de Langon. On s'est maintenant positionné au passage de la première bouée après les 1300 premiers mètres de course.
Well, we've pushed on up to the first navigation point for that left-hand turn, as this is where things are likely to start to get heated. Definitely, Ireland 1 will be the first crew to make their way on to that corner buoy, which marks the first turn. Still making the best of it, as we say, it is Ireland 0-1. Very, very strong performance there that we see from Monika Dukarska. She now has 4.5 lengths, perhaps slightly more, as she comes towards the first turn. She won't be getting into any traffic and won't have to worry too much tactically as she takes the first buoy. This one represents perhaps a 60-degree turn in towards the shore. Then they go around the next and literally round it before coming back in to make a similar turn. Italy 6 now. Just, I think, will be the second to the buoy. As they come up, we make it 13.5 seconds. Her pursuit, her gap to make up. But France 2, that's Jessica Berra again, makes a hot turn, comes in very, very quickly indeed. France 4 is running in 4th place, now some 27-28 seconds astern the lead.
Le passage de la rameuse d'Irlande a fait l'écart avec 14 secondes d'avance sur le duo Italie 6 et France 2. Et ensuite, à 28 secondes, le peloton emmené par Évian, également le bateau Italie 3. Et ensuite, la Tunisie 1, France 3. Et ensuite, le reste du peloton, dont Chypre, un autre bateau italien, la Suisse et l'Espagne. On va progressivement maintenant se placer sur la 3e marque de bouée, alors que déjà la tête de course est en train de virer la 2e. On est en train d'étirer la course. Reste en retrait maintenant l'Irlande 3, avant-dernière, et la Britannique qui ferme la marche du côté du Welsh Sea Rowing Association.
So we're just awaiting the last crew there, GBR 01, to round the last buoy there. That the crew of Bryony Jones from the Welsh Sea Rowing Association. She did get tangled up in that slight mess at the start. She's doing well to recover, in fact. She is astern the main race pack. We're just making our way now to the next buoy as the first crews look likely to be on their way around and into that last navigational piece before they make the turn into the long straight back towards the shore. So that is the first crew around the second marker buoy. From here, it still looks to me like Ireland 0-1 making the best of the running. France 0-2 and Italy 0-3 will be their second and third. Tough from here to call which way that gap has separated. Those two crews now separated by about 3 lengths. We're sat inside the circuit now, so we will have the perfect view as the crews come past us.
Dans cette tête de course, attaque au virement de la bouée pour le bateau italien. L'Italie qui a attaqué la rameuse d'Andai qui a laissé passer l'Italienne. L'Italienne donc maintenant en 2e position, toujours le cavalier seul irlandais en tête de course. Et ensuite, on étire le peloton, toujours peloton emmené par la rameuse d'Évian pour le bateau français. Mais c'est bien l'attaque de l'Italie qui est à portée dans ce 2e bord, alors qu'on approche le virement de la 3e bouée.
Rounding now, well, in fact, just coming up towards the 3rd buoy now. As the last 5 or 6 crews come to the 2nd buoy, we find ourselves again with Ireland 0-1. That's Monika Dukarska for Killeglen Rowing Club. Her advantage now must be some 20 seconds or so, I would say. She leads Italy 0-6, running in 2nd place. That crew for Italy, for Mercarolo ASD, that's Benedetta Bellio, has managed to make the best of France 0-2. Those two had a toughly fought tussle at the front of the field. That's for Endaika Aron El Katea. That's Jessica Berra, who looked very strong early on. Italy 0-6, though, in 2nd place, tailing Ireland 0-1, just coming up to take that last buoy before making the long straight. She now sits some 24 seconds astern. 3rd place, that's France 0-2. coming in another 15 seconds or so astern. 34, 35 seconds now separates first and third place.
Attention, l'Irlande est en train de creuser l'écart. Plus de 25 secondes d'avance sur la rameuse italienne et ensuite sur la française d'Andaille. Mais retour maintenant sur le groupe de tête et sur justement la troisième place de deux bateaux français, France 4 et France 3, à savoir Evian et Langon qui emmènent dans leur sillage Italie 3 et Tunisie 1. Voilà la tête de course qui est en train, le peloton central qui est en train de se dessiner pour aller assurer la qualification. Ensuite, on retrouve à ce troisième virement Espagne 1, Italie 7, Chypre, la Suisse. Voilà la suite du peloton. Et là, il y aura bagarre parce qu'il y a la 10e et 11e place entre Chypre et la Suisse. Nous sommes avec le groupe de la 10e place. Très dangereux parce qu'il y a 4 rameuses et il va falloir en sortir une.
Now the hottest fight and the most hotly contested part of the action here now is between Spain 1, 7, Cyprus 1 and Switzerland 1. Those crews at the moment sit in 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. Now remember, only the first 10 crews will be making their way through to the A final, and that's where the medals are available. So that is certainly the spot they want to stay out of. At the back of the pack, we find ourselves with Ireland 0-3 and Great Britain 0-1. Those two at the moment in the drop seats, if you will, with work to do now to make up the open water advantage that the front 10 crews have opened up. The full field spread by about 500 meters now as we run back in towards the finish, parallel to the majestic shorelines here in Monaco. The hottest fight, though, is between Cyprus 0-1 and Switzerland 0-1. Those two crews go absolutely bow-ball for bow-ball. That's Hans Bagnis for Switzerland from Club Nautique Français de Zurich. And she is most hotly contesting with Cyprus 0-1. That's the Sea Warriors Coastal Rowing Club of Cyprus, Maria Chatzilia.
On reste avec la place qualificative, la 10e place, qui pour l'instant est dans les palettes de la Chypre. Chypre face à la Suisse, la Sea Warrior Coastal Rowing Cyprus face eh bien, au club de nautique français de Zurich. Voilà la bagarre pour la 10e place qualificative. 9e, on retrouve Italie 7. L'Espagne est dans la course à la qualification. Et là, il y a une attaque suisse sur le bateau chypriote.
So, as we come into the closing stages of this race, the crew making the hottest attempt to close that gap is Ireland 3 at the back of the pack. That's Sienna Healy of Arklow Rowing Club 1. Now, she at the moment sits in 11th place, so has perhaps the most to gain and the most to lose in the next 600 metres or so to the line. She's got perhaps 100 metres if she's to make up that ground and get into one of those top 10 spots. Cyprus 0-1 starting to slow to me. It looks as though her place not so sure as Switzerland 1 rose through her. Those front 8 crews, though, in front of the rest of the field, they look pretty safe to me, barring any sort of upset, any catastrophe perhaps, before the home relatively safe. From here, with such a spread field, it looks, I think, as though our early leader still holds the front of the field. That, of course, being Ireland. Now, we'll just confirm which crew for you. It was indeed the first crew we saw showing very, very strongly for Killiglin Rowing Club Ireland 0-1, Monica Dukaska. She, we believe, still holds the front of the field. It looks convincing even from here. Cyprus 1, though, getting rowed through by Switzerland, relegating her into 10th place. Her advantage, though, still comfortable with perhaps 400 meters to go.
Dans la bataille pour la 10e place, on assiste à un mano à mano absolument splendide parce que la Suissesse a attaqué, elle s'est rapprochée et s'est portée en bord à bord intégral avec la rameuse chypriote. Et là, on assiste à un jeu du chat et de la souris. Une fois, c'est une pointe qui passe devant, une fois c'est l'autre. On est en train de bien vérifier son alignement. Il n'y a pas moyen de surfer, même si la mer est légèrement vaguelée. Ça ne permet pas de prendre l'avantage au surf. Et là, pour l'instant, c'est la Suisse qui prend l'avantage pour la 10e place. Mais ça va se jouer à chaque fois sur 2 coups de palette. Et donc, on va être en sursis jusqu'au bout pour cette 10e place qualificative, alors que devant, la tête de course est clairement irlandaise et maintenue. La Suisse, léger avantage pour la 10e place.
we're still here with 9th and 10th place. It is the most hotly contested in the field. We've seen at the front a couple of steering navigational corrections perhaps as they turn in to make the shortest course possible back towards those two yellow buoys which mark the finish line after 4 kilometers of hard-fought effort. Switzerland 1 still holds 9th place ahead Cyprus 1 in 10th. They still have a comfortable gap, I think, to be fair. They should hold those positions to the line. We're coming in parallel now as we make our final approach back towards the yacht club. As I say, the crews at the front steering more inland as we come in to take the shortest route. No unnecessary meterage needed here after 4K out here on the water. Conditions still very, very good, quite light in fact for coastal rowing. We've got a light rolling swell here on the warm October Mediterranean. It rolls to perhaps 3/4 of a meter now as things start to settle down. 8 crews look well on their way towards the line, then separated from Switzerland 1 in 9th, Cyprus 1 in 10th. Then at the back of the pack, we find ourselves with, I believe, both Denmark and Great Britain.
Nous sommes toujours à hauteur de cette 10e place qualificative et pour l'instant, c'est bien la Suissesse du club français nautique de Zurich qui a pris l'avantage. Mais la Chypriote est en train de faire l'effort pour tenter de revenir. La Suissesse tient l'avantage de cette 10e place alors que la tête de course est en train et a viré déjà la dernière marque de parcours et file maintenant vers l'arrivée avec en 2e position toujours l'Italienne. La 3e place est bien française avec un enchaînement de bateaux français pour le virement de cette dernière bouée. Et nous allons bientôt nous porter sur la zone d'arrivée alors que la 10e place est toujours disputée mais semble être maintenant à l'avantage de la Suissesse.
Now, the lead crews making the dogleg to make their final charge to the line. It's getting very, very close in the midfield. We've got 6, 7 crews rounding that buoy almost as one as they make that very, very last turn in towards the line. A great advantage for first, now with 150 meters ahead of second and then third place respectively. The crews look pretty clean to me as they take the dogleg that rounds them in towards the line. Making the best of it though, holding that position from the start of the race. It looks excellent work to me from Ireland to hold on so strongly. Italy has managed to pull ahead of France, so Italy now holds second place ahead of France, running in third. Ireland then into the last 35 strokes or so, which should show them with a well-deserved first place.
De retour avec la tête de course qui va maintenant franchir la ligne d'arrivée pour l'Irlande qui va s'imposer sans coup férir. Brillante domination de l'Irlandaise qu'il faudra surveiller au cours de ces championnats du monde. Avec en 2e position l'Italie. Et ensuite on retrouve 2 bateaux français pour Andai Andaika et Langon du côté pas très loin de Bordeaux pour la Gironde. Et ensuite il y a le peloton emmené par Evian et un 2e bateau italien et espagnol. Et tunisien. Voilà donc la suite du groupe qui va assurer la qualification alors que sur la ligne d'arrivée, on retrouve maintenant l'Irlande.
Well, with an absolute class of her own at the front of the field for Killiglin Rowing Club, Monica Dukaska holds a very convincing first place. Her lead now stands at some 200 meters more. 250 meters, I'd say, ahead of second place. That's Italy. And then in turn, we find ourselves with France 0-2 running in third place. That is Jessica Berra of Endaika Aran Elakatea. So that's the top 3. Fourth is starting to close up. That is France 03, Sport Nautique Langonnet. That is Caroline Delas. She's running in 4th place. 5th is a tough choice now. It's between Spain 1, having made up very, very good ground, and France 4.
Alors que l'Irlandaise a franchi une d'arrivée, la 2e place sera définitivement italienne. 3e et 4e, c'est pour 2 équipages français. Pour Mademoiselle Beretta d'Andai Andaika. 4e du côté du sport nautique de Langon pour Caroline Delas. Et 5e, très belle bataille entre l'Espagne 1 et la France 4 pour Cindy Pellegrino d'Evian. Ensuite, on retrouve l'Italie 3 et Tunisie 1. Voilà le peloton qui arrive maintenant dans la zone d'arrivée pour aller se qualifier directement sur la finale A qui aura lieu demain dans une course menée au départ de main de maître par la Française d'Andai et qui a vu l'Irlandaise faire un énorme long bord pour prendre l'avantage. Et l'Italienne qui a accéléré sur le deuxième bord, sur le petit bord de 300 mètres, qui a pris l'avantage. Mais on assure les places qualificatives dans cette première partie de course.
Well, very much a French affair at the front of the field. We see Ireland take the line first, ahead of Italy, but then two French crews cross almost as one, ahead of Spain 1. I think they'll take the line in 5th, ahead of France 4, Italy 0-3, and Tunisia 0-1. Yeah, we will make our way now, Pat. Thank you.
Well, great first race there. The first race of the day, the Coastal Women's Solo with a clear win by Ireland's Monica Dukarska, who hails from Kerry County on the southwest coast of Ireland. We know her from the international rowing scene. In 2015, she rowed the World Rowing Championships in the women's four, but now she's making a splash at the Coastal World Championships here in Monaco. Second place then for Italy 6, which is Benedetta Bellio from rowing club Murcarolo in Italy. And then third place and fourth place both for France's rowing teams, including the double world champion Jessica Barra, who has qualified herself for the A final. We're already well underway with the second race of the day, which according to my start list would be the men's double sculls with an incredibly packed field of 20 crews already past the second buoy, so making their way towards the third buoy, which would move them around towards the last finishing stretch towards the Fairmont Hotel to Hôtel de Paris here in Monaco, the coastal line, the long haul towards the finish line of a 4-kilometer long racing track out on the bay here in Monaco.
Oui, vous l'avez entendu, une course bien disputée pour les places qualificatives, tandis que l'Irlande avait pris l'avantage depuis le début. Vous la voyez à l'écran, et c'est elle qui s'est qualifiée de manière la plus convaincante. Jessica Berra, la double championne du monde, devra bien regarder, et elle connaît maintenant les forces en puissance. Mais entre-temps, le départ a déjà été donné du double, et nous allons passer maintenant sur cette course du double homme, en espérant que les commentateurs en mer sont bien arrivés déjà sur cette course. Tu peux...
Okay, thank you, Pat. We are just coming in range now of that well-started second race. They've not been hanging around. They've made their way halfway across the course. We've just had a bit of a mad dash across the majestic waters of Monaco here to catch up from the finish of the last race to this already well underway second race with the double sculls. Now that they're coming into view, they've already made the first, second and third buoys as they come into our view. It's a much closer race at the front of the field. We've got 6 or 7 crews well in contention at the front of the field. From here, it looks Italian to me. We've got Italy 0-3. They're running in first place. It's hotly contested, though. They're pursued by their countrymen. Italy 0-4, it looks to me, run in second place. Then there's a bit of a mix-up in the middle. We've got 3 crews running very, very close, 2 of which have lost their bow numbers already. So we'll work out who those are and let you know as the race progresses. So it is, in fact, Italy 3, followed by Italy 9. They're in second and third. France have made a break. We'd not even seen them. They're charged out in front of the rest of the field. France 3 now running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place, ahead of Great Britain 0-1. France 17 and Tunisia 0-1.
On se retrouve sur la course des doubles masculins avec le commandement pour les monégasques, semble-t-il, en tête, avec en deuxième position 2 bateaux italiens, Italie 3 et Italie 9, semble-t-il. Et l'ACBB, Boulogne-Billancourt, la paire de Lavière Cadeau, Laurent Cadeau, ancien international d'équipe de France, qui sont en train de revenir face à un bateau du Paraguay, semble-t-il, là-bas à l'extérieur, avec ensuite, eh bien, un deuxième bateau français de Saint-Jean-de-Luz, suivi par les Britanniques comme de leur ombre. Et ça revient avec ensuite la Tunisie 1. Nous sommes dans un peloton composé d'à peu près 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 unités. 9 unités alors qu'il y a un cavalier seul devant aux couleurs monégasques.
So the middle of the field very hotly contested. We have dropped a fair number of crews, in fact, off the back of this main racing pack. We've got France, they're well out in front of the field. These two Italian crews taking second and third. Two more crews, we're trying to work out who they are, both with their bow numbers washed away now. But then we find ourselves Great Britain 0-1. They're in the middle of the pack. They're racing France 0-3 most closely. Those two separated by less than half a length as they make their way parallel to the shoreline. Tunisia 0-1 have managed to make the best of it, and they've got their bows ahead of France 17. France 17 in turn lead, it looks to me like France